Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson. I hope you enjoyed that little piece I played for you. I kind of wrote it down thinking of, how would I actually write a waltz for a Tim Burton movie? And what I'm going to do in the remainder of this lesson is kind of walk you through it. I'm not going to teach you to play it note by note, but just sort of point out a couple of things along the way. So first of all, we start with, I'm going to transpose this keyboard up an octave just because the camera doesn't capture the entire range of the keyboard. Let's start with the beginning. So what I'm playing here is an A minor to a C major. Well, this could be, you could play either a D over a bass of F sharp, or you could play something like this, which would be a D, I think of this as a D9. Well, actually this sounds better. Just a regular D. An F. This would be a, well, I'll think of this as an F sharp diminished, but you can also think of this as a D dominant 7 over a bass of F sharp. This is a C. This is a C augmented. You can also think of this as an A flat augmented. An F. This would be an A flat diminished, but I actually think of this as an E dominant 7 just without the root, the E itself. Now you'll notice that, basically when you play at this high register at the piano, the melody and the feeling you get is kind of like magical and eerie and very delicate. And you can almost play anything at this range and it will kind of sound pretty good. Let's say I'll just play an A minor to an F minor. So maybe it's not a great melody, but it still retains that very kind of eerie, delicate, magical feeling. So it's a great way to open a mysterious sounding waltz. Now after this part, you get to a transition. It kind of connects you to the repetition itself. So and basically you get an A minor to an F minor to a C minor to a G minor, and then an F sus4 and an F. And the A minor to the F minor has a very, very kind of spooky almost feeling, and you get this a lot in movies. And it's really great for a Tim Burton movie when you think about it, because that's kind of what comes to my mind when I think about his movies. And then from the F minor, it's basically a descending set of fourths. So it's an F minor to a C minor, which is a fourth below it, to a G minor, which is a fourth below it, and then it just settles on an F. And then it starts again. I'm going to turn off the transposition on the keyboard, so I'm going to go back down an octave. So what I'm doing here is I'm having the same beginning, an A minor to a C major to a D over a bass of F sharp, and then an F minor that goes to a C. So I'm kind of moving from a minor mood to a major one. And the F minor is a really great sort of pivot point to do this. You have your A minor, this spooky F minor, but this F minor could also be thought of as the minor fourth in the C major scale. So A minor to F minor to a C. A really great progression. An A major, a D major to an F minor. And now I get so I was looking to transition momentarily from a minor mood to a major mood. I'm going to go back to the minor mood in a moment, but I think it kind of gives it, again, a very specific color when you go from minor to major and then back to minor. This particular progression that I'm playing I'm basically playing a C to an F to, well, this could be an F sharp diminished, or you could also think about this as a D dominant 7 just without the bass. And then back to an F. And again, C, F, F sharp diminished, F. It is interesting actually that this particular progression appears in a lot of songs. For example, and completely unrelated to movies or anything spooky or anything. Let's say the Pixies' Debaser. It's kind of the same thing. Or I think just off the top of my head, All Star. Right? So again, it's not a groundbreaking chord progression, but I just thought it really fit nicely here, and it sort of went with the melody I had in my head. Now, immediately after I finish this cadence, I go back to the minor mood. So, A flat diminished, A minor, A flat diminished, again A flat diminished, but you can think of this, again, all of the A flat diminished are almost interchangeable with an E dominant 7. And again, I'm going back to a major mood. And back to a minor mood. So I was playing here an A minor to an A flat augmented or a C augmented, it's the same thing, and then G minor 11th, C dominant 7th, F, F minor, C, A minor, D dominant 7th, this is a G dominant 7th sus4, and a C major. I'm not going to go into the jazz theory, but this is basically a 2-5-1. And you'll notice that almost all of the chords I play, pretty much 90% of them, are simple triads, and this is really what you're looking for in a Tim Burton waltz. You're looking for something that's simple, where the power doesn't come from the harmonic complexity, but rather from the melody itself. Now, to go back to the A minor, I just have this E transition, and then I go back to the main melody. So basically it's almost the same as the second time I played this chord progression. And then the song ends, and it ends by, the waltz kind of pausing and having this transition. And I was playing here basically an arpeggiation of A minor to an F minor to a C major to an E, and again, and then just an arpeggiation of an A minor chord. So again, this exact same transition chord progression, that I used in the middle, which is an A minor, F minor to a C, works really well here. And then to prepare the listener for the next repetition, that is the fact that you're going back to an A minor, you have an E here. So this is the 5th degree of the A minor scale, and it leads naturally back to the A minor. So again, this wasn't really a full walkthrough or tutorial on how to play the piece. If you want to know that, you can just go through the actual piece itself and pause it and look at what keys are being held down on the keyboard. This was more of kind of what went through my mind, and hopefully a few tips to highlight different parts of the composition and the different moods and feels and so on. That's it. I hope you learned something interesting and that you enjoyed the piece, and I'll see you next time.